Hey guys, it's Kim. Today I'm going to be doing the ultimate book tag as a way for y'all to get to know me better since this is only my second video on YouTube. Alright, so I'm going to put the link to the questions in the description box below in case you want to see them. Let's get started. Alright, so the first question is, do I get sick while I'm reading the car? And the answer is no. I actually really like to read in the car because I feel like you don't really have anything else to do in the car, so if somebody else is driving and I can read in the car, then I am totally for it. Alright, so the second question is, which author's writing style is completely unique to me and why? And the answer is, I think I would say Meg Cabot for her 1-800 series, because that character, oh my god, she's so me. Like everything about her snarkiness, her answers, her thoughts, like literally everything about her. As I was reading this book, I was like, oh my god, this is me. Question 3 is, do I prefer the Twilight Saga or the Harry Potter series? And 3 reasons why. I would have to say the Twilight Saga because, 1, don't kill me, but I have not read the Harry Potter series. I know, but I'm planning on it, so it's okay. 2, because I read the Twilight series when I was in 8th grade. I think that was around the time it came out. But it really got me, it didn't get me into reading because I've always been a big reader, but it really helped me find the kind of genre that I like. So it showed me like what to look for and stuff like that. So that's another reason why. And the third reason, Edward Cullen's hot. He was my first book boyfriend, okay, yay. Question 4, do I carry a book bag? And if I do, what's inside of it other than books? All right, so yes, I carry a bag. And if it doesn't have books in there, I don't know. My Kindle, does that count as a book? I don't think so. And money. So question 5 is, do I smell my books? And the answer is no. I don't know why, but I don't. I know that's something that a lot of other people do, but I just don't. And another thing I think is, I read ebooks a lot, so it'd be kind of weird for me to be sniffing my e-reader. 6 is, do I prefer books with little illustration or no illustration at all? And I guess the answer to that would be, I don't know. I don't really know, because most of the books that I read don't have any illustration in them, but I don't think I would mind if it did have illustration in it, so I think it's just a situation that I just don't read them, but I wouldn't mind it, I don't think. But the 7th question is, what book have I read that I really enjoyed while I was reading it the first time, but then when I went back to reread it, I saw that the writing wasn't like the greatest thing ever. And I think the answer would be the Dark Guardian series by Rachel Hawthorne. Just because, I mean, it's not the most intricate like writing or series ever, but I really did like them. They're cute books. It's a 4-book series, and I think the writing gets better as you go on. The first one's not that great, but I do really enjoy them. So yeah. 8. The question is, do I have any funny childhood stories of when I was ever reading? And if I do share, and the answer is yes. So I don't remember how old I was. Maybe 5th grade, 6th grade, so what, like 11, 12? And I remember I had read the first book in the series is called The Ghost of Fossil Glen, but that's not the one with the funny story. The one with the funny story is the second one, that one's called The Ghost of Mrs. Hobbs. But these are kind of, I mean, they're ghost stories, and I remember reading them, and at the age that I was, they would kind of freak me out, but you know, little nerd me, like I wanted to know what happened, so I would keep reading. And I used to read at night a lot, like right before I went to sleep. Like, I don't know why, but I had this like compulsion to read until I fell asleep. So I would read at night, and I had this book with me, and at the time I shared a room with my little sister. She was probably like, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7, but I remember we were on the bed, and I was reading, and I mean the lights weren't off, they were on because I was reading, but it was kind of like dim in there. And I was reading, and I don't even remember what happened in the book, but it freaked me out so much that I chucked the book across the room, which I probably shouldn't have done because it was a library book. But it was so funny because then I was like, oh, I want to know what happens, but I was too scared to go get the book. So the mean sister that I am, I forced my little sister to go grab it for me, and she was freaked out already because, I don't know, I guess she was feeding off of my little tenseness, but it was really funny. Okay, question 9 is, what is the thinnest book on my shelf? Now, I'll probably have to say it is the Ferris novella by Marissa Meyer, because, come on, like, is there a such thing as a thin YA novel? Like, I don't think so. I don't even know what question this is. I think it's 10 but it's what is the thickest book on my bookshelf? If it's YA, I think it would be A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. And if it's not, I would probably this Alice in Wonderland book and other stories. Question 11 is, I mean, obviously I read, but do I write as well? And if the answer is yes, do I see myself as a future author? So the answer is yes, I do write, and I would love to be a future author. Which, I mean, I don't know if it will pan out, but I do write a lot and have a lot of ideas. And I hope one day I do get to publish something and y'all get to read it and y'all like it, but you know, we'll see. Question 12 is, when did I get into reading? And the answer is, I probably came out of the womb reading. My mom tells me, I mean, I don't remember this, but my mom tells me that when I was like little, I would always bring her books and be like, read this to me, read this to me. But yeah, I've always been a big reader. And I don't think that'll change. 13, what is my favorite classic books? Yeah, don't kill me, but I don't really read a lot of classics. I don't know, I just can't get into them. But I do have some, and they're right here. I have Great Expectations, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights, and Jane Eyre. And the reason I bought them is because the covers. Oh my god, look at these covers, guys. I think this is just gorgeous. I love it, and they're all by the same. I mean, they're different covers, obviously, but they're all by the same artist, and I love them. That's why I bought them, but I haven't read them yet. When I was in, this probably doesn't count, but when I was in, I think it was 5th grade, I read Jane Eyre, but obviously like the dumbed down version for a 5th grader, because I don't think the adult version would probably be appropriate or I would understand it, but I like that one, so I mean, if it counts, I would say Jane Eyre, or Eyre, however you pronounce that. The next question is, when I was in school, which I still am in school, but I'm in college, but when I was in school, was language arts and reading my best subject? And the answer is writing essays. Yes, I was good at that. I've always been good at that, and I don't know if it's because I read so much that my vocabulary, you know, but grammar-wise, no, I hate grammar. I can write a sentence properly for you, but if you tell me to like pick it apart and be like, what's the noun and the verb, and compound sentences and stuff, I'll be like, what? No, that's like a different language to me, so don't ask. Question 15 is, if I was ever given a book as a gift from someone else that I absolutely hated, and I knew I hated it because I'd already read it, what would I do? And the answer is smile and say, oh, thank you so much, that is so kind of you, because I don't know, I really am not the kind of person that can be like, hey, I hate this book, take your gift back. 16 is there a lesser known series that I know of that I would compare to The Hunger Games or Harry Potter? And the answer is yes. If it was Hunger Games I was trying to compare a book to, I would probably say The Arcana Chronicles by Kresley Cole. Every time this is one of my favorite series, first of all, ever, because I love Kresley Cole. But every time I try to describe this book series to someone else, I say it's kind of like Hunger Games, because it's about tarot cards. It's like if tarot cards were real people and they were pitted against each other, so it's like a kind of like fight to the death kind of thing. Who would survive, you know, that kind of thing. The end of the world and stuff like that. So I guess I would say Arcana Chronicles, but like if you go and read it, like don't go in thinking, oh, you know, this is gonna be just like The Hunger Games, because it's not. But that's what I would say. And for Harry Potter, if I had to pick one, I mean, which I don't really think there is a series out there that's like Harry Potter. And even though I haven't read it, like, I mean, come on, everybody knows what Harry Potter is about. So I would probably say the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. And I mean, this book doesn't really have magic. I mean, obviously it's like about vampires, but there is a main character who has friends, and she's at this academy, and she's training, and bad stuff happens, and you know, she has to deal with it. So, and both of these series I really enjoyed, so yeah. 17 is, what is a bad habit that I do while filming? And it would be smacking my lips like this. Like, I do it a lot, and I don't realize it until my sister gives me like this evil eye while she's like recording me. She's like, stop it, and I'm like, sorry. But yeah, I do that a lot, and I'm trying to stop. Okay, so the next question is, what is my favorite word ever? And I can't tell you my favorite word that I use a lot because it's a bad word. But if it wasn't that, I would probably say bibliophile. I mean, I have it, I can't really show y'all, it's awkward, but I have it tattooed on me, so I think that constitutes as a favorite word, right? Question 19 is, am I a nerd, a dork, or dweeb, or all of the above? So I don't really know what it means to be a dork or a dweeb, but I'd probably say it's a safe bet to say that I am a nerd, a big nerd, because I'm socially awkward and I love to read and not go to parties, and I'd probably be a Catwoman when I grow up, but whatever. 20, vampires or fairies? Well, fairies always seem to be evil, so I'd probably say vampires, but really I don't prefer vampires either. If I could have my own choice, I would say werewolves. So 21, shapeshifters or angels? I'd probably say shapeshifters just because I don't really like most angel books. 22 is spirits or werewolves. I think I answered this earlier. Werewolves. 23, zombies or vampires? Don't really like zombies, so I have to say vampires. Ooh, 24 is the love triangle or forbidden love. And let me tell you, love triangles make me want to kill people. Like, mostly because I usually hate one and I love the other, and they make me so mad. So I would definitely say forbidden love. Oh yeah. Question 25! Finally! This was the longest thing ever. I didn't expect it to be this long. But, so the last question is, do I prefer full-on romance novels or action-packed novels with the romance sparsely thrown in there? And the answer is, I don't prefer one over the other. I like them both. Like I said, I really love love. Like, I love romance novels, which is weird because in real life I'm like, no, cut this out, that's too much. But in my books I'm like, yes. So I do love like romance novels, but at the same time, I do like, I think if the author is talented enough and like for a romance lover like me, even an action-packed romance novel, like action-packed romance novel. I mean like an action-packed novel with like the romance sparsely thrown in there. I know, like for example, I've read one, it's Fire by Kristen Cashore, and it's not necessarily an action book, but it is more action than romance. And the romance is really sparse in there, but oh my god, I loved it. Like Briggan, book boyfriend material right there, guys. Alright, that's all I have for you today. If you like the tag, like I said, the link is in the description box below, so you have access to them for whatever you want to do with them. And also, if you like all my crazy, hit the like button and subscribe, or follow me on social media.